Welcome to John and Gary's Coastal Retreat, where heated floors, panoramic windows, and a fire pit framed by PEI's red sandstone embrace the tranquility of the Atlantic. But first we'll visit Matt, who found his serenity by the shore. Water, deep, flowing, mysterious, ever-changing yet constant, the inspiration of artists and adventurers. It's the foundation of life. We are drawn to it, to watch it, listen to it, immerse ourselves, and for those who choose, to live beside it.
My name is Matt McKenna, and I'm from Queens County, Prince Edward Island, and I'm a real estate agent for a living.
My name is Ellen McCory. I grew up in Stratford, Prince Edward Island, and I'm also a real estate agent.
So in 2020, I was showing an uncle of mine houses in the area. So we drove here, pulled in the driveway, and the house was in a state, but looked back and saw the water view and said, wow. And I looked at my uncle and I said, this is quite a spot. And I don't think he was up to the challenge for the renovation. And I said, you know what, I gotta buy this before somebody else does. On the day that the property closed, seeing the state of the property and all the work that had to take place, I was thinking, wow, this is pretty overwhelming. Came back that night and there was a giant moon coming up over the water, perfectly framing the property. And I said, wow, it's not so much about the house itself, but the property.
I mean, we see a lot of waterfront properties with our job, but this property is beautiful all year long, even in the winter. The stark beauty of the ice out there, and then the sunrise is right over the master bedroom. There's nothing that we don't love about it.
Living on an island, water's always been a big part of our lives, you know, going to the beach in the summer, great childhood memories, that kind of thing. But to be honest, I never envisioned myself living in a waterfront property until I came across this and couldn't be happier. This house is steeped in history. Hear it a lot from the neighbors. It was originally built in the 40s and it's been built onto 3 times. So the front part of the house is the original section, and then the middle part was built, and the back part was built probably around the 80s. And so some of the history of the home was 2 cars came through the house back in the 50s and 60s. And I was talking to some of the locals, one of which who's now passed, and he said, oh yeah, I remember when the car went through the wall there. I even helped rebuild it. And when we were renovating the front wall, we could see when the drywall was off, we could see where the studs were broken off. And so we fixed all that up and re-insulated and re-drywalled and got everything tight again. So you walk in the front door and first thing you see is the new stairs that we did. We did a lot of work to the stairway. Before you couldn't even get a queen-size box spring up the stairs. You come in, then you're in the front living room, which we have set up with a couple of couches, nice and comfortable. And then you're on into the kitchen, which is a country kitchen. We did not renovate the kitchen because we felt it has a nice country vibe. From the kitchen, you carry on into the mudroom / middle entry point. Which is where we come in normally. Normally, yeah. And so there's a mudroom / entryway laundry. And then on to the back den, which has a nice water view and patio door out to the back deck. Upstairs, there's 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom and a flex room that we use as our wardrobe. In the upstairs primary bedroom, there's a patio door that leads out to an upper level balcony, which is great for watching the sunrises and the moonrises as well. The primary bedroom, we use it as our office as well, so we spend quite a bit of time there when we're working from home. It's the view, yeah. Even in the middle of the day, it just has a really nice panoramic view of the water. Pretty nice feeling. to be able to go out the patio door, off the bedroom, and sit on the upper level deck. Just feels like you're in your own little tree house.
The lower level den is really nice as well, and I do spend some time on my laptop on the couch there.
And really, there's a beautiful water view from almost all of the windows. Part of the home, as much as we say we love the primary bedroom and the back den, would be the main living area. It's such a great area to entertain, to hang out, watch TV or a movie while we're cooking supper or a snack. And so we really love this front living room as well. Would you say it's the heart of the home?
For sure. Spend a lot of time in the kitchen, yeah. I like to cook and bake, so if I had a stressful day, you can usually find me there. We don't eat early though, so like around 9 o'clock.
So when you pull in the driveway, first thing you see is the house with the full wraparound deck. If you look straight down the driveway, you can see out over the water. Then you come up onto the wraparound deck, and it acts as a walkway to the back of the house. There's an entry door on the front of the house, an entry door in the middle of the house on both sides, and then a patio door on the back. And there's another upper level patio door that you can enter in as well. Going down the backyard, there's a great shed, which is great to sit in or outside of. And then down below that is an area we spend a lot of time. That's where we keep the camper. We take it all over the island to camp, but our favorite place for it is right there in the backyard. It's like our own private little campsite. We have the big fire pit right out front of it, and the steps down to the bank from there. So it's a small property that packs a big punch with so many little areas to hang out and enjoy.
We spend a lot of time down on the beach as well.
It is a really unique feeling, like just on a random day or evening out putting around the yard to look out and just see the calm water. You know you're in a special place. It's really touching to look and say, wow, we live here in this setting. It's really remarkable. It takes our breath away quite regularly. There's a lot of pride of ownership that we feel with all the work that we put into this house. And it took a lot of bravery to go with yellow siding color. I don't think it would work for every house, but our instincts just said that this color was the right color for this property. It goes great with the green grass and the blue water, and it really pops and looks really cute.
Well, I call it a she. I think the house is adorable. Every time I pull in, that's what strikes me. It's just so cute. Just like there's something about it. And when we go places, neither of us are from this area, and they're like, oh no, we know where you live. Like,
all the neighbors are quite pleased to see what we've done with the house. The home has a bit of a history of being a little bit run down, and so we hear from locals all the time, wow, it's so great. The place looks amazing. You've really done a lot of work there. Absolutely love it. It's so cute. It's heartwarming to hear those things. Living by the water, there's always a great view to look out and enjoy. There's so many activities that you can do. It's a small property, but when you think that it goes down to a beach and then out into the water, and to be able to have a little boat and a dock in the backyard ready to go. You want to go for a quick scoot at lunchtime or sunset, you just jump on and go and come back, and it's really nice. It's something that I didn't anticipate, and now all of a sudden we have the ability to jump on the boat at lunchtime and go to Rustico and get some lunch.
It's perfect location here to go for like 30 minutes, and we can do a nice sail and then be back. We work out and about quite a bit, but we also work from home. So when we're home, we kind of feel like we're on vacation all the time, right? So we can be 20 minutes of paperwork on a laptop on the swings on the back deck, and then go for a walk in the middle of the day, 3 times a day if you want to, take the boat out.
There's so many great viewpoints to pick from. We love sitting in the balcony off the primary bedroom, get the view from there. The view from bed in the primary bedroom is amazing. The back deck view swinging on the swings is great. Sitting in the Adirondack chairs down by the fire pit is amazing. On the steps to the shed, on the front patio to watch the sunset. And if you really want sun in the midday, you sit on the long side of the house in the Adirondack chairs there as well. It's quite hot. It's always a special feeling looking out different times of the day, different times of year, and when it's a nice, peaceful, calm evening, it just gives you a special feeling. We love our propane fire pit in the treehouse, sitting out and enjoying that. We love swinging on the swings.
That's probably my favorite spot. We spend a lot of time there, and we have the table set up around it so you can sit there and eat or swing. I have 3 sons. They love it here, especially in the summer. And there's lots to do, and we have company in the summer quite a bit for fires and barbecues. Some people like it just for the prestige that comes along with the waterfront property. Definitely people from big cities like that move here want to live by the water because it's something they never had access to, right? It's a novelty. Like some people in Toronto had never seen the ocean. For me, I love living by the water because it's something I grew up with. The water's everywhere here. You're never more than 20 minutes from the water. So to wake up and see the water is something special. We have plans. There's lots of ideas for sure. And at some point we come back here to make this, where we'll live 12 months of the year. But for now, I think we're pretty happy with how everything worked out. Yeah.
I'd like to make a covered veranda on the middle entrance of the house, something that you could sit out and under when it rains. And I'd like to put a nice bigger picture window in the center of the house on the long side above that as well. Home has to be a place where you feel comfortable. Come back and lay your head and know that you're in a safe space with everything that you need and your loved ones around you. There's just something peaceful and calming about looking out at the water, and it's a humbling feeling to know that the ocean is so big and the river is so deep and you don't know what's going on below there. It's like its own entity, and it's something that has a lot of mystery and depth to it that we are just in awe to look at and appreciate.
My name is Gary. I live in Georgetown, PEI. I'm from Ontario, and I'm a UPS driver.
My name is John. I live in Georgetown, PEI. I'm originally from Ontario, and I'm a retired professor, and I currently work for an event design agency that's based out of Toronto. So when I met Gary, Gary's father's from the island, and I had never been to Atlantic Canada. So the first time we came, I absolutely fell in love with the island. And my first thought was, why aren't we living here?
I grew up coming here on vacation to visit family. I always hoped and dreamt that I could actually live here one day and retire, and started looking at properties. And we were going to do a vacation home. And then we got to thinking we really need to be here all year round. And we built our own home.
We started coming out here on long weekends looking for the perfect property to build a home on, so that we had exactly what we wanted. We came here on a really, really rainy weekend, fell in love with the property, and I said to Gary, okay, pick your first choice of property. And he stood right on the spot and went, here. I went, okay, so what's your second choice of property? And he said, here. And he wouldn't budge, so we're here.
I was very stubborn about this property. We had already missed out on a couple. And this one, because of the view of Panmure and Boaton Islands, the tree line, at least we were gonna have some privacy on one side of us. The beach was gonna be accessible. There's a lot of places on the island where it's pretty high bank. So once we saw this, we pretty much knew this was gonna be in top 5. And then we very quickly narrowed it down to, this is number 1.
When we decided to build the house, we wanted to keep it a reasonable size. We didn't want to be heating and cooling a massive home for the 2 of us. So the house is only about 1,400 square feet. So we decided that we would go open concept. There's no hallways anywhere in the house. And we went up instead of just going out. So the ceilings are 9 feet. The peak in the center of the house is 16. So when you walk in, you're kind of in the kitchen, dining room, living room space. As soon as you walk in, you have this view of the ocean. So the kitchen's on your Right when you first come in, it's Gary's dream kitchen. He's in the kitchen a lot. He loves to cook. So we wanted to make sure that he had the same view that I would have anywhere else in the house. There's a butler's pantry because we have a lot of serving dishes because we really like to entertain. The primary bedroom has its own walkout private porch off of it. And it also has a giant panoramic window that gives us a view of the forest on the one side of our house. Of course, it has an ensuite with, we each have our own sink because you should at our age have your own sink. We built 2 guest bedrooms because we knew we would be having people come to stay with us. I probably use the living room more than any other room in the house. My office is in the living room and I have a 8-foot desk, which is pretty sweet. We have a propane fireplace for the winter. The view out the windows is spectacular, whether it's winter or it's summer. It's just constantly changing. So a number of the unique features, I think, of the house that we brought in was the polished concrete floors. We expected them to be like a gray polished concrete, but because they mix it with local island sand, which is red to make it, we were really surprised when we opened the door and there were these gorgeous brown floors, which we think are really unique. They're heated, so wonderful underfoot all year long. Other unique features in the house, a lot of the furniture has either been repurposed or it's been made from repurposed materials.
Another one of the unique things about our home is our lighting. We didn't want builder grade, everybody's got one kind of lighting. And we made sure that we picked some very interesting light fixtures out.
When you first arrive at our home, the first thing you'll probably notice is the giant piers at the entrance to the driveway. We've added some buoys to it as well, just to kind of capture that nautical feel that we wanted our home to have. When you come through the front door, the door is a craftsman-style door. There's a porthole window that echoes the one on the other side of the house. The house is clad in a vinyl cedar shake. We wanted to kind of maintain a craftsman/nautical kind of feel. We wanted the house to fit in with the environment. And the extra special touch, I think you would agree, is we really wanted a copper roof. And what we love about the roof is, depending on the time of day, depending on how bright and the color of the sky, it changes color constantly. When we built the house, we added a garage, which gave us a porch that is 32 feet long. So we have a dining table on it that's 11.5 feet. It's great for entertaining, which we do quite frequently. When you come around to the water side of the house, these huge porches are places where you can chill even if it's raining, as long as the rain's going in the right direction. We've sat out there in the winter on a nice day.
Snowstorms here are fun.
Yeah, snowstorms here are wild. So the life of the porches has extended beyond just the intent, which was to protect us in the summer from the heat.
For me, one of my favorite things about the exterior of the home is our recent landscaping that we've done. We've brought in some red island stone so that, you know, it's more coastal up here. It's more beachy around the house. I also love the fire pit.
My favorite things about the exterior of the house is the barbecue island that we built on the end of the porch. I think my favorite viewpoint from the exterior of the house is the grand porch. The big porch is a wonderful place just to perch, whether it's relaxing at the end of the day. I often take my laptop and work out there. And it's a more than 180 degree view.
One of my favorite views from the exterior of the house is from the top of the stairs. After you come up from a beach walk, you can see the whole property laying out before you, and that's when you realize what you built and how happy we are here.
There's lots of things I love about living by the water. Walking the beach with Gary, looking for sea glass. We actually got engaged on the beach as well. It's a special place for us.
For me, one of my favorite things about living by the water is actually getting together with friends on a boat, going across the bay and hanging out for the day over on the beach at Boaton Island. We'll take a barbecue, a burner, and do a big pot of mussels. The tide will go out and we'll be playing bocce ball on the sandbars, surrounded by water. Wonderful place to be, and one of the best days you could have here. Quite often when I've got some spare time, I really like to get down on the beach, go for a 2 or 3 hour hike, bring back a couple pockets full of sea glass, maybe a bucket of clams. For me, I love just to relax on the couch, look out the windows at the view, take it all in, fall asleep, have a nap.
I work from home. And one of the things my chiropractor said to me is, don't sit in the same spot all day long. So I basically work in every room of this house. So I kind of use the whole house as my space. So I relax everywhere. Our friends and family are blown away the first time they come here. I don't think they quite know what to expect, in terms of the house, the point, the water, the community that we live in, our friends. So we make sure when we have family and friends visiting that we introduce them to our new community that we have here, who are all very warm and embracing. So yeah, they love it.
Right from the very beginning, we've been welcomed in this community. We have fantastic friends here, a great group of people here in Georgetown. We've recently done some landscaping, and I think our next project is going to be building and improving our outdoor shower. We'll put a bit of a privacy wall around it, maybe plant a couple bushes. It's quite handy to have when you're coming up with dirty feet, sandy clams. Good place to rinse things off before coming in the house.
We've planted a lot of trees and grasses and things that are just starting to mature. They're going to take some time to kind of grow in and fill in and become what we want them to be. But I think we're at a point where we're pretty close to being done. We're pretty happy. Water's a force of nature. When you've lived through a storm and you've seen the strength that it has and the power that it has, it's quite humbling. And that's part, I think, our fascination with it is it's never still. The rhythm of the ocean, I think, can affect you in a very profound and physical way.
For me, living by the water is in my heart. It's just all-encompassing. Home to me is a place that I can come to after work and relax, rejuvenate, just chill.
We built this home together, and we built this life together. And for me, it's about having a strong foundation that both of you can operate from, that gives you strength, gives you serenity, and gives you joy.
We built this house knowing that this was going to be our dream home, our retirement home, so that we can age in place. Hopefully we'll get 30 or 40 years here to enjoy by the water.
30 or 40 years?
I said hopefully.
I'll be 100.
I'll be 90.
Whether nestled alongside a riverbank or perched high above a distressed ocean, living on the shore has its perks. But beautiful views are only the beginning. The sights, sounds, and sensations of the water are constant in their impact, improving moods, perspectives, and lives. To exist and grow on its edge is extraordinary, an experience made even sweeter when shared with the people we love.
Yeah, maybe you should come home. You've been saying it for so long.